how's it going? So, I'm just gonna start us off with something simple, and I know it might be a bit tedious, but it's a storybook. And then, I guess as things get on and go ways, they'll get more, more detailed. Today, I'm reading you Heroes of the Bible. This is Adam, the first man. He lived in the Garden of Eden. God brought every bird and beast to Adam, and Adam gave them names. This is Noah, who was good when other men were bad. When God sent a flood to destroy the earth, he told Noah to build an ark for his family and to take 2 of each animal aboard. Noah did, and they were all saved. This is Abraham, to whom the Lord said, "Leave your home and your kinfolk and your father's house. Come to a land I will show you, and I will bless you and make your people great." Abraham went, and the Lord kept his promise to him. This is Joseph, his father's favorite son. His jealous brothers sold him into slavery, yet because the Spirit of God was in his heart, he became ruler over all Egypt. These are Joseph's brothers. When they came to the land of Egypt for food, because there was a famine in their land, Joseph welcomed them and gave them homes. He forgave what they had done to him. This is Moses. The Lord chose Moses to lead his people from slavery in Egypt to homes in the Promised Land. And on Mount Sinai, God gave Moses the 10 Commandments, which God's people must still obey. This is Joshua, full of wisdom, who led his people after Moses' death. One day of fighting, he said to the Lord, "Have the sun stand still upon Gishon," something like that, "and the moon in the valley of Ajalon." The sun stood still, and the moon waited until the Lord's people had won. As you can tell, I'm a bit dyslexic. I have dyslexia, so not the best with reading, but you get that. Won't stop me from serving the Father's will. This is Gideon, who saw an angel face to face. The angel of the Lord said, You are to save Israel, for the Lord is with you." "Gideon, give me a sign," said Gideon, and he laid on an altar meat and cakes. The angel touched them with his staff, and fire burnt them up. And Gideon took a little band of men. To each he gave a trumpet and a lamb inside a pitcher. In the middle of the night, in the enemy's camp, they all broke their pitchers to the lamps shone out. So the lamps shone out. And they blew on their trumpets loud. Then the enemies of Israel woke up and ran away. This is Samuel, a prophet of the Lord and a judge over Israel. In those days Israel had no king, but the elders said to Samuel, "Choose us a king, so that we may be like other nations." So Samuel asked the Lord to help him choose a king to reign over Israel. This is Saul, a fine young man and handsome, head and shoulders taller than any other man. One day Saul went to Samuel for help. When Samuel saw him coming, he knew at once that Saul was to be king of Israel. So he anointed him with oil. This is David, a shepherd boy. He killed a giant, Goliath of Gath. The giant had a scout, shield, and armor of brass. But David's shield was the name of the Lord, and his weapons were 5 small stones. The people loved and honored David, and when he grew up, he was king. David was a splendid player on the harp. As a boy, he played and sung for King Saul. Whenever things troubled the king, even when he was a king himself, he made up many songs to God, psalms we know today. This is Solomon, a son of David. He ruled after his father for many years. When the Lord said to Solomon in a dream, "What shall I give you?" Solomon asked only for an understanding heart. This pleased God, so that he also gave him riches and honor above all kings. And with some of his riches, King Solomon built a beautiful temple for the Lord. This is Elijah, who taught the way of God in a wicked time. The Lord watched over Elijah, his prophet, when there was no food in the land. The Lord sent ravens night and morning to bring Elijah bread and meat. And when his work on earth was done, a chariot of fire carried him on a whirlwind into heaven. This is Elijah, who followed Elijah. When Elijah was caught up into heaven, when Elijah was caught up into heaven, Elijah picked up his coat as it fell and struck the waters of the Jordan. They stood aside for Elijah to cross. After that, Elijah did many wonders, and he taught the way of God. This is Jeremiah, a fiery preacher. He told the children of Israel that Jerusalem would be captured and burnt because its people had turned from God, but no one would listen. So the city fell, and the children of Israel were marched away as captives to Babylon. These are Zechariah, Josiah, and Bendigo. They were young men of Israel who lived at the court of the king of Babylon. Now the king set up a great idol made of gold and commanded everyone to worship him. But Cedra, the three names that I spoke before, would worship only God. The king had them thrown into a fiery furnace, but they were not burnt at all, for the Lord sent an angel to watch over them. So the king of Babylon came to know the power of the true God. This is Daniel, who was put into a den of lions because every day he prayed and gave thanks to God. This was against the law of the king, but God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. So Daniel was not harmed, because he believed in God. This is Jonah, who spent 3 days in the belly of a great fish. It was because he had run away from doing what God wanted him to do. When Jonah asked God for forgiveness, the fish spat him out. Then Jonah did as God wished. He went to the city of Nineveh to teach people how to be good. This is Cyrus, king of Persia, who ruled over ruined Jerusalem. The Lord stirred up the heart of Cyrus, and he issued a decree: let a temple be built in Jerusalem again for the Lord God of heaven. Cyrus said, and the temple was rebuilt. These books are really cool. I'll see you with another one soon. Thanks, guys.